At the beginning of the story, we hear a voice saying that my name is Fang and today's date is 5 April 2008. After that, we are shown a class scene where our main character was sitting. Then he says that I have just come to know a very shocking thing. I have come 10 years back in the past, but this is not like my past life. It seems a little different. It seems that I have come to a parallel world. Fang is thinking all this when a student Pin says to another boy sitting next to him, Sean, that both of you still have 2 days to register for martial arts subject. Hearing this, Sean says that the registration fee for this subject is 1,000, and I know that I am going to get a chance to register for this subject. I will not be able to pass the subject, so I don't want to waste my money, so I'm not going to pay it. Shocked by his words, he says 1,000 that too for just one registration. Then another student comes there and says to those three, Brothers, did you see yesterday's news? Grandmaster Ma has reached the 8th grade, and due to this, he has challenged the chairman of QI Group Asia Pacific, Tai. Hearing this, the first child and Shun get shocked and say, Is it really true? But I had heard that Grandmaster Ma had reached the 7th grade in just a few years. But here we see, Fan was not able to understand what they were saying. Here, those two students were talking that all this has been revealed from a CCTV report, and it seems that this will also increase the rank of Grandmaster Ma. He will definitely come in the top 20, if not top 30. Hearing all of them, Fang thinks in his mind, So such things are going on here? Luckily, I had seen many anime in my past life. Hearing their talk about Grandmaster and grade, it seems like this. As Grandmaster is a top-profile job, then he asks Shan, Who is this Grandmaster? Then Shan stops him and says, Fang, after all you can talk so much about Grandmaster, you should call him politely. Hearing this, Fang says, Sorry, he made a mistake. Then he thinks in his mind that, if I ask them too many questions, then they will get suspicious, and he asks Shan, Is there any internet cafe here? Then Shan says, Yes, it is right next to here. You also used to go there always. Then Fang says, I have not gone there for a long time. That is why I thought that the cafe is closed. Then he thinks in his mind that if that internet cafe is there, then it means that beautiful girl will also be there. I remember when I was in school, I always used to dream about her and used to do naughty things with her in the dream. After that, he goes to the cafe, and when he sees the manager there, then he gets completely shocked and says in his mind, Was my choice like this when I was young? My memory is far from reality. It is completely different here. The manager, seeing Fan, says, Oh, my little brother, do you want to top up your account? If you top up your account with $50, then you will get $10 free. Then he checks his money, but he does not have much money. Then he says to the manager, No thanks, I will top up $5 on hearing this. The manager grumbles and says that this is his condition still. He wants to use our cafe, and giving a card to Fan says this is a temporary membership card. Seeing his such behavior, Fan says that she has changed so quickly, really. If you do not have money, then no one will pay attention to you. After that, Fan sits on the computer and starts looking for the answers of all his questions, and after seeing them says, Shit, I have to give martial arts exam in this world. There are some different types of rules which all people have to follow, no matter what you want to do in your life. But first of all, you have to become a martial artist. And in this world, martial arts is the same as I saw. In my past, I read in Nobles that martial arts is considered the biggest and most powerful in this world. Here, martial artists are divided into 9 grades, where the 1st grade is the lowest and the 9th grade is the highest. In this world, only a martial artist is allowed to open a company, and one can become the governor of a state only if his grade is 4th, and all these rules apply in the entertainment industry as well. If someone wants to be successful in this world, then he will have to give the National Entrance College exam, that too in martial arts subject. But giving the martial arts exam is not that easy because its registration fee is very high, and moreover, only 2 days are left to fill the form. Then he further says that I had seen many such anime in my previous life like Second Life of Gangster and many slime anime. As in all isekai anime characters get some cheat code, but I don't know why I haven't found it yet. Yes, maybe it is possible that in this world my family is rich, who knows, I might be living in a resort. After that, Fang goes to his house and seeing his house says that it seems I had expected too much. Then he opens the door of his house and seeing the house says that this house is just like my past life. Then a girl comes running to him and standing in front of Fang says, Give me back my money. Seeing her, Fang says that this is my younger sister Yuan. Then he starts pulling her cheek and says that she looked so cute in childhood, but after growing up, she lost all her cuteness. Then his sister removes Fang's hand from her cheeks and angrily says, "Give me back my money." Then Fang says, "What money?" Hearing this, his sister says, "Don't try to act ignorant. Mom gave you $50 and she asked you to give me half the dollars." Then Fan says, "I don't know about it. I know maybe you have spent all your money and you have come to ask for money from me, and now you are making this excuse." Hearing this, his younger sister gets angry and goes to her mother and complains that Fang says, "Mom, say something to him. He is not giving me money." Hearing this, Mother says, "You people stop making noise. Your father will be coming in sometime." Then Fang looks at his mother and says, "This is my mother and her name is Lee Young, and she looks very young right now. I remember at this time, my mother used to do a part-time job to take care of me and my sister, and she used to get only $800 monthly, and how can I ask her for $100 right now to fill my martial arts form?" Fang is thinking all this when his father comes from work. Then Fang tells about his father, and his father's name is Ming. He works in a pottery factory, due to which he creates a lot of dust in the house, and due to this his health is also deteriorating and so much work. Despite all this, they get only $3,000. Then looking at Frank, father scolds him saying, "Fang, why haven't you changed your school uniform yet? Go and freshen up quickly, and let's sit down to eat." Hearing this, Fang says, "I have just come." Then Wen says, "Dad, she has stolen my money. Say something to her." Then Dad takes Frank's name. Then Frank says, "Dad, don't listen to her. She says anything." After that, everyone starts eating. While eating, Fan Manny Man thinks that I will have to accept that if I want to do something in the future, I will have to give the martial arts exam. Then he says to his dad, "Dad, I want to give the martial arts exam." Hearing his words, everyone gets shocked. Seeing this, Fang Manny Man thinks that I have spoken beyond my means. I may have to find some other way to get the money to fill the form. Then Fang laughs and says, "I was just saying it like that. Don't take my words seriously." Then his father gives him his ATM card and says, "Martial arts. The exam fee is 1,000. You can withdraw this. I had heard about it from my colleague. And I did not bring the money because you never talked about it. Go withdraw money from the ATM and fill your form. And yes, it does not matter whether you pass or fail. You just give your best." Hearing this, Fang thinks in his mind that my family is so poor, but still they think so much about me and they gave me such a big amount and are not even giving me the stress of passing the exam. If I fail in this exam, then how will I face them all? So no matter what happens, I have to pass this exam. After that, Fang goes to the ATM to withdraw money. Then as soon as he takes the money in his hand, a screen appears in front of him which is called System, and this scene is cut here. After that, we see Fang at home, where Fang was sleeping in his room and thinking about his sister. And he says in his mind that according to whatever happened to me in the ATM machine, if I have money in my hands, then only he will be able to take the exam. It will be counted in my wealth. But if that money does not belong to me, then it will not be counted in my wealth despite being in my hand. And even if the money decreases, it will not be counted in the account. Then he gets up from the bat and says that since my wealth status has changed in the system, it means that I can also change my QI, blood and physical status. After that, Fang says to the system, "Can you increase my QI and blood status?" But there is no response from the system. So he gives some respect to the system and asks it to increase his status. Then he tries a lot of nonsense things, but still there is no response from the system. Seeing this, Fang gets frustrated and says, "Increase my blood and well, or else I will kill you." Then suddenly a red color spreads around Fang, and both his blood and QI increase. After that, Fang starts feeling a different level, and looking at the system, he says, "My blood and QI for $100. Stat is only 0.1, but despite so little, I am able to feel completely different and comfortable." Then he thinks to himself, "Wait a minute, has my money been lost in real life?" Then he looks at his money, but his money was lying on the table. Seeing that, he takes a sigh of relief and says, "If this money had disappeared, then what would I have answered to my family?" It seems that by spending money in the system, that money will not be lost in real life. Then we see Fan's sister, Yuan, who was listening to all his talk from outside the room. Then she says, "It seems that Fang has lost his mind and he has gone mad." Now we see the school scene where a teacher comes to the classroom and tells all the students that whoever has to fill the form for the martial arts exam should go to the teacher's office. Hearing the teacher, Fan stands up. Then Fan asks him, Are you going to the bathroom again? Hearing this, Fan says, No, I am going to fill the martial arts form. After that, we see the teacher's office scene where a girl sees Fan and says, I did not think that you would also fill this exam. By the way, what is your blood and QI status? Fang says to himself, What should I say? My blood and QI status is only 1.1. Then another child says, I don't think Fang would have checked his status. Otherwise, he would have told us about this earlier. Then another student says, When I checked my status last time, my score was 108, but Fang is very weak, so I don't think his score will be high. Here we see that he insulted Frank on his face. Hearing his words, Frank stands up and says with surprise, Has your family bought a machine to check blood and QI? Then that child says, I had to check my status. That's why my dad bought a small checking machine for me. But this machine is not as accurate as the one in the hospital. And I have heard that even the cheapest machine to check blood and QI status costs $11,000. Hearing this, Frank gets shocked and says, Such a price for a small thing is the most expensive blood pressure in my past life. There was a measuring machine which was available for $100. After that, the kid takes Fang to his house to show him the machine, and Fang sits in that machine and starts checking his blood and QI. Then Fang says to the kid, Zhao, has my result come? Here we see Zhao, who is shocked to see his result. He says to him, Fang, your blood and QI status is 113. Hearing this, Fang thinks to himself that it seems the status of the system is different from reality, because when I checked the status in the system, it was only 1, but in reality, it is 113. According to this, there is a lot of difference in the system. Then Zhao says to Frank, Why are you not reacting? Your blood and QI are the second best in the class. Hearing this, Frank gets shocked and says, Really? And the scene cuts here. Now we see Frank's father, who is counting money. Then he says, I heard from the director of my workshop that I have to give the martial arts exam. We have to pay $100, and we will need more money to provide good diet and nutrition to the children. Because if Fang has thought of giving this exam, then we should not ignore it. Right now, we have $200 at home. If this is not enough, then I will withdraw more money from the ATM. Then they hear Yuan's voice saying that you stop lying. To give the martial arts exam, one should have 110 status, and you are saying that your status is 113. Then Fang pulls Wan's cheek and says, I am sorry, but your elder brother is a genius, and there are very high chances that I will pass this exam. Then Mother comes there and says, Fang, come here. I and your father want to talk to you. Hearing this, he goes to his father. Then his father gives him money and says that this is a small gift from me and your mother. Using this money, you can buy some diet items, and if the money falls short, then just tell me and I will give you more. We ignored you in the past, but now we will support you completely. After that, Fang sits in his room at night and looks at that money and thinks that if I use this money for medicines, and if those medicines cause any side effects, then all my money will be wasted, so I will have to increase my status through the system itself, and this scene cuts here. Now in the next scene, we see the school where Fang was a little tired, and he was going up the stairs towards his class. Then he thinks in his mind that last night I tried a lot to increase my physical status, due to which my $100 was deducted, but after increasing my physical status, I feel as if a girl's soft hand is holding my forehead, and my mind feels as if it is running fast in an open field, but with the help of psych ability. He says that it seems he has spread the news in the whole class that my status is 113. After that, he catches Zhao and throws him back. Then he starts staring at Fang and starts comparing him less than himself. He says that I have muscles and my back is also visible, but still his status is 113, but my status is 108. His legs and arms are also looking so weak. Zhao starts getting irritated thinking all this. Then a teacher comes there who looks at them and says that you all are here. Come, I have come on time. And that teacher goes to Fan and gives him some books. Then he says to Fang that he should take his inbox home and read it, because whoever has filled the form for the martial arts exam has already read all this in tuition, and because you have filled the form very late, that is why you will have to work very hard compared to other students. Don't worry, I will help you completely. After listening to the teacher, Fang says to himself that I did not have any good friends with teachers in my past life, but believe me, this teacher is very good. After that, while leaving, the teacher says to the rest of the students that you guys don't need to attend class today. Instead, I give you guys a mission. You guys go to Jiang University of Martial and bring Wang, the first-year student there. Then this scene is cut. After that, we are shown a boy who says that I have come to this city after a long time, but nothing has changed here after so much time. Then we come to know that the teacher was talking about this child. The name of this child is Wang. Now we see all the students who were saying after seeing Wang, Senior Wang, come here. Seeing Wang, Fan thinks that he looks absolutely normal. Despite being a martial artist, he is so useless. It seems that he must have gone to the martial arts university somehow. Hearing his words, the girls near him start staring at him and say to him, "What are you saying? Don't you know about Wang?" Then Fang says to him, "Should I know about him?" Then a girl says in style, "Well, if that is the case, then let me tell you who Wang Jin is. Listen carefully. Wang Jin is 19 years old, his height is 178 centimeter, and he is a citizen of Young City. His favorite food is apple, and he likes to train himself the most, although he is not that rich. But he did not give up and gave the martial arts exam, and he came first in it. He is the first normal student who could go to Natsuya University, and what's more, he is in the first year right now, but still he has become a martial artist." Then the girl blushes a little and says, "Now you tell me who will not want him." After that, everyone starts cheering Wang Jin in the bus and asks him to give a speech. Seeing them, Wang Jin says, "You guys are very gentle." Then we see a child who thinks in his mind that this is a good opportunity. Then he says to Wang, "Senior, you tell me a secret by which I can go to the martial arts university." Then Wang says, "Yes, okay. First of all, you people should know that the martial arts exam. There are 5 major tests of the political trial culture profession experience and feasibility. And out of all these, experience and feasibility is the hardest and along. With that, the student's QI and blood status should be 110. Only then he will be able to take admission in the martial arts university. I will tell you beforehand that many people increase their blood and QI by taking medicine, but they are not able to do well in other things. If I give you a chicken right now and ask you to kill it, then you will not be able to kill it, but still you will eat it. I can kill a person. Killing people is harder than killing a chicken." Listening to this, Fang's mind thinks, how can he talk about killing someone so normally? Has he killed someone in this world? Martial artists are bound by many laws, and that is why they do not have any chance to kill people. After that, Fang comes home. Then his sister says, "Why did you come home so early?" Then Fang says, "Today we have to drop a senior from the martial arts university to his home. It was said that's why we didn't have class today." After that, Fang goes to his room and starts thinking about Wang, that how can he talk about killing someone so easily? And if he has said this normally, then the only possibility is that he must have killed someone earlier, and this scene is cut. Now we see Wang, who has received a call on his phone, and as soon as he picks up the phone, a voice comes from there saying, "Wang, sorry to disturb you, but we have received a new information that our suspect Ganshan has run away, and 2 different cities are connected to Ganshan. That person may run away from there too." Hearing this, Wang says to them that I had told you all not to do anything. If you all remain calm, then our suspect will not try to run away. Then that person says, "Fang, sorry, but if the suspect runs away, then what will we answer to Hai Rabus?" Then Wang says, "This is your problem, not mine. I had given you to lack to him, to catch." And this scene cuts here. Now we are shown Fan, who was concentrating so that his system appears. And the same thing happens. His system appears, then he increases his blood and QI status by 0.1 again, but this time, suddenly, he starts feeling a lot of pain in his body. Feeling all this, he thinks that maybe I have got a lot of power, but whatever it is, my body will slowly get used to it. Then he remembers that he had to take Senior Wang back to school. Then he starts running from his house, but then he collides with a man wearing a mask, and he also has a knife in his hand. But he hides the knife from Fan. Seeing him, Fan says, "Sorry." That man says, "No problem." Seeing him, Fang's money man thinks, is this a new tenant who has come to the 2nd floor? This is a bit strange. Then we are shown Wang, who is saying sorry to the student for coming late. Seeing Wang, a girl says, "You come to me. Sit down." After that, Zhang says that our school is very great because our school has invited Wang so that he can tell us all about martial arts. After hearing this, Fang says what is so special in this, that a graduate has come to our school. This is a normal thing. Then Zhang says if a common graduate had come, then it would have been a normal thing. But Wang is a martial artist. Think carefully once. There are very few martial artists in Wang City. Also, Wang is in the 1st year. But still, he has become a martial artist. Really, he is a very talented person. After hearing all this, Fang Mani Man starts thinking. Then Wang comes to him and, keeping his hand on his shoulder, says, I know you are giving your best for the Ma Arts exam, but keep this thing in mind that our body is just the foundation for this exam. I don't know which medicine you are taking, but your blood and QI have increased a lot, and that too in a short time. Then Fang Mani Man thinks, how did he come to know? Then Wang sits on the seat. He says that this kind of medicine should not be taken casually. If you only take medicine and do not do physical training, then it can cause your death. Fang thanks Wang after listening to his words. He says in his mind that this person is really a martial artist. That is why he sensed my blood, and this scene is cut. Now we see the night scene where Fang was doing physical training in the garden of his house, but even after doing a lot of exercise, he was not feeling tightness. That is why he thinks that maybe this is happening due to the increase in blood and chi status. He is thinking all this when he feels something. Then he looks back and sees the same masked man who had hit him early in the morning. Seeing him, Fang thinks that he does not know why, but I can sense the thirst for blood from inside this person. He does not pay much attention to all this and comes to his room, and a news was going on his TV where the news anchor was saying that a man ran away after murdering a grade 2 martial artist. Both of them together committed a robbery at a place. Due to not getting equal share, one martial artist killed the other martial artist who was a grade 2 martial artist. According to the police, the man was last seen in Grain City, so our advice would be that all the people of Grain City should close the windows and doors of their houses before sleeping. Then we see Yvonne. She was also watching this news. Then she says, I don't think I should go to school in this type of situation. If something happens to me, then the whole world will end because my cuteness level is sky high. Then Fang says, you don't worry because you only have your body and nothing else. Hearing this, Yvonne hits Frank with her packet of chips. After that, Frank starts watching the news very carefully, and the anchor was saying in the news that according to a CCTV recording, the suspect had committed the murder using this type of knife. And seeing this knife, Fang says, I think I have seen this knife somewhere, but I don't remember where. After that, we are shown the night scene, and the same masked man comes with a knife to kill Fan and kills him with the knife. But then we see that all this was just Fan's dream, but as soon as he wakes up, he remembers that the knife shown in the news was the same knife that the man who has come to my building recently was holding, and I was feeling the thirst for blood from that man. Is it my illusion that a grade 2 martial artist murder is above my house? Has he come to us to rob money? No, it cannot be, because our family is very poor, but is he looking for me? I can see my system, but no one else can see the system except me. Then after thinking for a while, he says that this dream was very scary. I hope it is not true, but still, I have to be cautious. After that, we are shown a radio where there is a talk about the same murderer. News was playing on the radio, and this was the murderer's radio. He listens to the news and says that everyone is looking for me everywhere. I have to hide from them for some time. It was good that I found this place. There are no CCTV cameras in the streets. I have to hide in this place until the matter calms down. Then someone knocks on his door. Hearing this, the man gets scared. Then the man opens the gate somehow and says with a smile, Hello, it's nice to meet you. I am the new tenant here. I have shifted here only yesterday. But when he looks ahead, he doesn't see anyone. He looks here and there, but he doesn't see anyone. So he closes the gate and comes back to the room. But as soon as he comes inside, he sees Fan, who was saying hello to him. Seeing him, the man was very angry from inside. Then he says to Fan very lovingly, Younger brother, it seems you have come to the wrong house. This house is mine. Hearing this, Fan says, No, uncle, I have not come to the wrong house. I had to go to the football match. I had to watch it, and the TV in my house is broken, so I came here. I have also brought something to eat with me. Take this and drink sweet lime juice, and let's watch football together. After that, both of them start watching the match. Then the man thinks to himself that I am going to do exactly what this child is saying. I have to get him out of here by any means. He may be a detective agent. He may be a detective agent who may have been sent after me. But who knows? He may be a stupid and friendly child. Whatever he is, I have to get him out of here. Then he says to Fang, Brother, don't you want to go to school? Then Fang says, No, uncle. There is no school on weekends. Then the man says, Maybe your parents are worried about you, so you should go. Fang listens to him and says, acting, Uncle, do you want me to leave from here? Then the man says, No, it is not like that. Then Fang says, while overacting a little more, No problem, I understand. I am just a small boy. I am a cute kid who came to make friends with his new neighbor. But it seems I have disturbed you. My actions are such that's why I don't have any friends. I always stay alone. Hearing this, the man says, No, no, don't feel bad. Then Fank opens the window curtains and says, I seem to have disturbed you, so to correct my mistake, I will clean your house today. But the man quickly covers his curtains back and says, I like to stay in the dark. That's why I always keep it closed. Then Fank says, If that's the case, then I will clean your room. But the man stands near the gate of his room and says, I have already cleaned my room. Then he laughs and says, It's lunchtime, you should go home and have lunch. Hearing this, Fang starts leaving from there, but one of his feet hits a box, due to which he falls down, and when he looks towards the box, he sees a blood-filled knife in the box. And then that man comes from behind and hits Fan hard. Fang kicks him with a knife, which makes him fall away. Then the man picks up a knife and puts it on Fang's neck and gives a very creepy smile. Fang gets very scared seeing the knife on his neck, and he tells the man in a scared tone that, Uncle, calm down a bit. I will not tell this to anyone. Then the man says that you will not be alive to tell this. I will kill you. Then he is about to hit Fang with a knife, but then his body freezes. Then we are told that Fang had mixed a drug in that juice, due to which his body freezes. Taking advantage of this thing, Fang first removes the knife from the man's hand and then attacks him with a stick. Then he thinks to himself that it seems the drugs have started their work, and it was good that I had hidden this stick when I came here, but when he sees that man again, the man had not fainted. Then the man punches Fang hard in the stomach, due to which blood starts coming out of Fang's mouth, but Fang controls himself and says that I have been rebonded in this life, so I am not going to die like this. After that, he attacks that man again with a stick, and this time the man falls unconscious. Seeing him, Fang says that I had underestimated him a lot. If I had not given him drugs, he would have killed me for sure. After that, Fang ties that man and starts taking out money from his bag, and he gets $200,000 from his bag, but this money was not getting added to his system because it is not his money. Seeing Fang, the man thinks in his mind that I can sense that this boy has a lot of blood and QI. Is this child a martial arts student? I am Wang, a grade 2 martial artist, but is he really a martial artist, and did I lose to a child? I cannot believe that. Is there any detective agency behind this? Then he shouts. Huang asks, Hey martial artist kid, who are you? Then Fang says, I am Detective X. It is my job to catch Kyo. Hearing this, Wang angrily says, You and a detective can't be this. Are you joking? Then Fang asks Huang that an unwanted criminal has brought. With him only 2 lakhs and some money, then Wang tells him, Mind your own business. Understand Darasala. There are some medicine pills in that guy's bag, and that guy thinks about that medicine in his mind. I took those pills so that I can become a grade 3 martial artist. Ugh, I never even dreamed that these pulses will be in a kid's hand. Then he says to Fang, Hey kid, do you want to make a deal with me? If you free me, then you can take these pulses worth $100,000. Apart from all this, have 2 bottles of pills along with normal medicine of blood and chi, and I also have grade 1st pill, and along with that I have strength. There is also a medicine to increase the market value of all these pills. The market value of all these pills is $5 million. Hearing this, Fang gets shocked and thinks that is it so expensive for such small bottles of pills, and these are very important for martial arts students. Then he says that martial artists are such people who exceed their limits. If your bonus is not strong and you want to protect them, then you have to take these pills. If you leave me, then all this will be yours. But if you are thinking that you will kill me, then everything will be over. If the police finds my dead body, then you will be trapped in a very big problem. Hearing this, Fang starts thinking in his mind that, according to this, if I kill him, then the officials will find out about him. But if I leave him, then he will definitely come to take revenge from me. It would be better that I hand him over to the police, but these pills cost millions. The police will definitely keep all the medicines with themselves and will take the blood of a martial arts master, and QI should be at least 150. Even if I take help from the system, I will still need a lot of money to become a martial artist. I am not able to understand what should I do. Should I take Wang's help? Resources are very important for a martial artist, but if Wang also tries to convince me for these tricks, then thinking all this, Frank gets confused. Then, after thinking for a while, Frank picks up the stick again. Seeing this, Wang asks, What are you going to do? Then Fang says, I am thinking that if I leave you, will you not come to kill me? Hearing this, Wang says, "Of course I will fulfill my promise. I will not come to kill you." But Wang somehow frees his hand and attacks Fang, but before that, Fang hits him on the head with a stick and makes him unconscious again, and this scene cuts. Now we are shown Wang, who was searching for a rat in the forest with a torch, when his phone rings and when Wang picks up the phone. Then he comes to know that it is Fang's call. Then Wang asks Fang, "Why did he call?" Then Fang says, "I don't know. How should I tell you? Are you in the city right now?" Then Wang says, "Yes, I am in the city right now." Then Fang says, "Actually, I met a wanted criminal, and I have caught him somehow. And you are the only martial artist in the city? That's why I called." "You," hearing this, Wang says, "Are you talking about the wanted criminal Wang?" Then Fang says, "Yes." Now Wang goes to his house and thinks, has he really caught a grade 2 martial artist? I can't believe it. Then Fan opens the door and says to him, "Why are you standing outside? Come inside." "I thought you would not come," Wang says while entering the room. "I am warning you. If there is a very serious problem, then I will not be able to help you." But then he sees Wang and gets shocked. Then, Fang tells Wang that he is still conscious, and if I go to the police, then he will be fine. If I take it to him, he will probably give me some reward. Then Wang says, "I did not understand what you meant." Then Frank says, "Brother, I will come straight to the point. I have found a lot of money and valuable things with this criminal, and I want to keep them." Hearing this, Wang says, "You want to keep all of them. You know that he has killed many martial artists." Then Fan says, "Yes, that is why I have called you to help me. Let us both divide his valuable items into half." Then Wang says, "You are a smart boy. We will definitely meet again in the future sometime. But let me tell you that you cannot use a grade 2 pill. That is why I will take these pills and give you grade 1 pills. Along with that, I will also give you an extra 1 million. Wang finds an item with the criminal. Seeing this, Wang says that its market value is very high, and he keeps it. Then he tells Frank that you will not be able to use these items. That is why I will keep them. And yes, if you need any help in the future, just let me know. I will take this Hong with me and make some arrangements for it.